what are we discussing today?
First I'd like to introduce everything.
All right, that's.
But they know who we are.
No, shut up.
It's the same 8 people.
It's not. 2 people haven't been here.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there's someone new. Oh.
It's for new listeners. Jesus.
We'll all introduce.
No, I mean the intro
with our leading.
Hello, I'm Dakota, and welcome to the Bear With Us podcast. I'd like to thank our sponsor for today, Communist Kitchen, where you can order simple, easy, ready-to-make meals at the cost of, just a couple of houses and thousands of rubles, and you'll get bread and butter. I'm Dakota. This is Bradley. That's echoing. Fuck you.
Very flat joke.
Fuck you. That's because you were trying to rush me and ruin everything.
Was I though?
Yes.
Was I?
And then there's Sloan. Say hey, hello, Sloan.
Hello, Sloan.
And then there's Justin or Rhett, or what would you prefer to be called tonight?
Is Daddy out of the question?
That's my thing.
No, I'll just go with either way. Justin or Rhett is fine.
Okay. Thank you, person in the background laughing. I had all these plans, then Bradley immediately ruins them by being like, no one new will ever watch us. It'll be the same 5 people. And despite the fact that this was kind of popular, fuck you.
Yeah, popular with those 8 people.
Which they're good 8 people.
Yeah,
maybe I'm not saying they're bad 8 people.
Maybe the 9th person will care.
If those 8 people each tell a friend about it, that'll be 16.
Thank you. Thank
each
you.
of those 16 people tell another person.
Do
that'll
your
be 32.
thing, okay?
What if 2 of them tell the same friend?
Pretend the last
that's the
3
issue.
minutes didn't happen and just do your thing.
Just start over. Start with my Communist Kitchen joke again.
We can just get it in editing.
I don't edit these.
Go ahead.
Maybe you should edit. Stop being a Krendar.
I don't want to edit these because I don't have any editing software anymore.
Do you have Windows Media Player?
It doesn't edit!
Audacity, Hit Films, free trial versions of other ones.
I deleted all that except for Audacity. But
I remember when Dakota would be making videos and I would be there with.
Yeah,
he would have me record my audio separately at my own Audacity, and then I would have to save the audio and send it to him.
Yes, that was.
So he can mesh it into the video.
That was when I put a lot of work into things and tried to make it perfect.
I remember trying to do that with people, and it was like, no, fuck that noise. It is such a bitch to try and get them to. Like at the same levels and everything I want it to be. I'm just gonna record you via whatever system we're talking. Fuck off.
Yeah, I spent 6 hours for the first episode editing an hour-long podcast. And no, the first time I tried this with Bradley, and then he was like, nobody watched it, despite the fact people watched it.
It was like 2 people.
He's a guy that gets drunk and hides his own fucking monitor from him.
Back when I had fucking YouTube shit, it got a couple hundred views, and that's not bad for somebody who had.
Are you sure it got a couple hundred? Because when last time I looked.
Yes.
What was it called? What was it called, Dakota?
I think it was the Skype Mafia podcast.
Yeah, Skype Mafia. It was me, Dakota, Joe.
I missed
Brian.
Joe. He's dead. Same with Brian.
Oh, sorry.
Brian's not dead. He just is on only Xbox.
Yeah. I don't know about Joe. He deleted everyone, and I don't know what I don't know.
Skype Mafia podcast. Baby Got Back. Episode 1. Okay, drum roll.
When we were playing, what's his name?
41 views.
What? All right,
See,
that was
when
I had 50 fucking subscribers, so that wasn't bad.
Episode 2, also 5 years ago, 28 views. And I love the fact that it's got like...
Went on a downward trend.
Yeah, furry goddamn photo.
That was my, I went through the...
I love the phone... love the phone call that's happening with like all these people in here, and like you didn't edit out that shit.
Yeah, I literally just captured the bit of the screen with everybody's thing and just was like, fuck it. It's been 6 years, folks. Eventually,
that's KK who's furry
It's
in
been
that
6 years and we haven't gotten any better.
No, I have gotten better. It's just I've gotten better in lazy ways.
Yeah, we all did.
Hi.
Also, thanks you two for pushing us to Twitch after giving me and Dakota fucking ban at the same time for nothing.
Fuck YouTube. Fuck that.
Even though we still upload regularly to it with our.
Oh, I just put
Hey,
VODs there.
YouTube, if you're looking for someone to replace Dakota and Sloan on YouTube, I'm your man. I make
Actually,
family-friendly videos.
Sad part is, I was so tempted out of boredom, just like times I don't want to sit there and chat to the universe, hoping someone comes in. Just fuck it, I'll edit something together.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do stuff.
Okay.
Can't
I
say
did
on
one.
Twitch.
I did one
Can't
Dark
say-
Souls.
You can say
3
fuck on
Twitch
Twitch.
We're all giant nerds, and we like video games. Rhett,
Right.
what have you been playing this week?
Oh shit, was I supposed to play something? Oh, fuck.
You don't have to. No,
Um,
what have you
no,
been?
no.
What games? What
We're all
video?
friends. Would you like a list? Because it's a short list.
Just hit me. Hit me and tell me how you've been doing with them. What you been doing?
Well, big two are World of Warcraft
Hell yeah.
and Rome Total War Numero Dos, the second one.
I need to play that. I've heard it's really good.
You don't need to.
Yeah,
No, Dakota, what you need to go back and play Rise, Son of Rome again and find all the secrets so you can.
Fuck that. That game
Oh,
was.
right. I enjoyed that game.
I did too. Kind of.
Except while I played it, I was like also watching like probably like binge watching Everybody Loves Raymond or something. I never actually paid attention to what was.
Don't worry.
Well,
I did pay
I probably-
attention, and I don't remember.
I probably only enjoyed that game because it's so bad that I didn't have to pay attention to.
It wasn't a bad game. It was just okay.
Boring.
On a bad console.
And
Which one? The Rise?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rise, Son of Rome.
Yeah. That was a good game.
I really like RTSs, but I can't. I suck at them.
Well, would you
Because for some
call
reason you have to use the keyboard to make the camera make any
Yes,
sense.
it's my fucking default. It's been that way.
Would you
Why?
Since,
When you can use the mouse. See, there's this thing in your right hand, right?
yeah, I
It's
use
called
that to
a mouse.
click shit and move
Yeah,
things
but you
and
can
do stuff.
also use it to go
Stop slapping your dick everywhere, goddammit.
the camera.
I don't want to use it for the camera because that's harder
Why?
and
It'll make your
awful.
life easier.
It doesn't. It never has.
Whatever. All right. All right.
I've been playing that way since goddamn Christ, or what was it?
Just because
Exactly,
you play that way
Piggy.
doesn't.
Who doesn't use the mouse for the
Fuck.
camera?
Fuck you.
You can change. I believe in you.
I don't believe a change is my enemy. I've been using that since Age of Empires 1, and I've stuck with it that far.
We'll stop it.
No. Sloan, what have you been playing?
Bitch, you've been there.
Raft. Raft.
Raft,
Conan.
fucking Conan.
The 5 minutes of Conan I was there for.
You bitch.
I didn't mean. Listen, my family came in, all of them were here, they brought the dog, they brought me groceries, and then we had sandwiches. And it was delicious, and we watched The Wiz.
Why would you ever watch The Wiz unless you're stoned?
Because
Was your brother stoned?
the better question was he not? And the answer is no, he was not stoned. That's how,
So you just,
what?
but no, what? Yeah, but this isn't the first time you ditched either.
I
Last
know.
fucking week you ditched again. And then
When
you
did
got. Thank you for locking your door today.
Yeah, I locked my door. What did I ditch last Thursday?
No, not last Thursday. Last Friday with the party.
Oh, that wasn't intentional. That was people just barging into my house way earlier than everybody said they would be here.
Okay. Brad, if I get him a gun, can you send him the ammo so he can just kind of have some sort of thing to shoot at people to keep him away?
I can't just send ammo for a gun. You think it's just like falling out of my pockets as I walk down the street?
I mean,
It
yeah,
doesn't
you're in
work
the
that
army.
way.
America.
I'm not in the army.
Listen,
And
you're in the
first of all-
Navy.
First of all,
Fuck you for about that one.
they just don't just give us stuff
Are
like
you
that.
wait. So you're telling me you have to buy your own ammo, or do you make it
Of
from
course I do.
scratch?
They don't. It's not. It's
There's a shop on the battlefield. You just go up. It's like I'm out of ammo. Pay $50.
I'm not just issued a weapon and ammo for 24/7 use.
Shit.
Man, things have changed since Dad's day.
Are you
Gotta
not?
level up
Is
with
it not
everything.
like a police officer where you have your standard issue? And,
No.
No,
They're
it's
like
cardboard.
law.
But I meant like Amazon that shit to him.
yeah, just Amazon me some bullets
Yeah.
and a gun, and I'll
You'll
just
probably get like a bunch of
fucking
rocks or
end
something.
myself.
Amazon's
No.
liquidation.
Fine, I'll give him a slingshot. Send him a bunch of ball bearings.
Ooh, I'd be okay with that.
No, they're gonna be knocking on my door and asking me really hard questions.
Just 3D print a gun. Yeah, just 3D
Why?
print me a gun.
Why did you buy a gun and bullets and ship it to somebody
middle
else
of nowhere.
on Amazon?
Oh,
And I have
I,
to sit there and explain to him, yeah, I got this friend. He lives in an apartment. He just wants a gun for some. So I shipped him
it's
one.
not for just some
He's a-
reason.
No. You got to bring up he's a cripple. This is the only way he'll ever defend himself unless he falls on somebody.
He can tape a knife to the end of his
Actually, the sad part is I was looking through. There's one. It was a self-defense, like the arm crutches, the forearm ones, and they have tasers built into the bottom part that you can activate by like hitting a button on the handle.
That's awesome.
Just turn your wheelchair into twisted metal.
Just imagine
Just
Dakota with those accidentally activating it and touching his leg.
Shock myself.
Yeah, you could turn your wheelchair into twisted metal. That'd be fucking sweet.
I could, but then be stuck up here on the third floor. There'd be missiles, and that's not safe.
No. You use it to take over the first one.
Kill everyone on the first floor. Okay. I'll take out the bitch that lives downstairs.
Jesus Christ.
This bitch, she makes so much goddamn noise, but yelled at me that I have people over on a Monday night.
Well, then
I'd be upset
tell
about
her
that
that?
too, honestly.
Like they would.
Monday night when I'm
Did you
in the
tell
middle
her
of
that this is
doing old
America
lady
and you
things.
can have people?
It's the fact that my first roommate caused so many problems that I'm like on thin ice with the fucking landlady, even though it's obvious I'm not the problem. You saw the apartment back when Brennan lived here, friend.
Yes, I did, but I see what it is now,
It's
and I
beautiful.
don't know how mad at you.
You don't know how I manage me?
No. I said I don't know how or why they would be mad at you.
I don't know. It's a continuous fucking thing, and I don't like it. Bradley, how have you been? What have you been playing this week? What have you been doing?
I haven't playing anything because I'm in a class, so all my time is devoted to that because it takes
Yeah,
all of my
Dakota.
free time away from.
You are a liar. We played deeper. No, I'm kidding. I know
We
we
played
played.
Deep Rock Galactic the other day because I had like 2 hours. I had to go because I was tired of doing it.
Yeah, I understand. That sucks, though. Okay. This is
So,
off to a fucking great start. All right, so
What have you been playing, Dakota?
me,
Nobody cares.
yeah.
Let's just go on to the next.
Yeah, never mind. I don't
Everybody
care.
knows already what he's been playing because he.
I play a lot of other
Well,
things
yeah.
on stream. I'm currently obsessed with fucking Yakuza 0.
Why you playing that on stream?
Yeah. What's the deal?
Because there's this point where I kind of have to leave the game running and I'll check other stuff.
Why do you have to leave the game running?
Because there's this like money thing where like over time you get money from real estate you invest in, which sounds so out of place in a game that's literally titled Yakuza.
Not really.
Not really? Yeah, good point. Not really.
Dude, they're a criminal organization that owns property.
Well, you basically make it and you make money off it, and it happens in real time. So every so often, I just kind
Really?
of
To a
Suck
guy
and knowing
who's
how
not
criminal.
understanding the yacht.
it's super fun though, and it's just a beat 'em up.
There's a guy living near Detroit not to know how fucking crimes work.
Listen, I've never been to Detroit. I've been to the outskirts once.
Do they have Yakuza in Detroit too?
Probably. Honestly, they probably got T-Rexes there.
We have some here.
Like
T-Rexes or Yakuza?
Okay, so what are we?
I wouldn't be surprised if there's somebody trying to make it.
I'm talking about what I'm playing,
Yeah.
Bradley.
All
I
right.
have
Yeah.
feelings. We're talking.
This brings up a tangent. I
Okay.
got really excited the other day when I saw that Raptors was the top trending thing on Twitter, and I was so excited. And I looked at it; it was the Toronto Raptors, and this has happened so many times where Twitter has completely failed me. Where I look at the trending and it's like, oh, something really cool is happening. No, it's a sports team.
Yep.
What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, we don't sport.
I hate that too as well.
Yeah, me too.
The Twitter trend
Makes me
thing
upset.
is just weird, but simultaneously really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you guys keep it on like US or do you do for your specific cities? What do you guys do on Twitter?
I keep it on US.
I don't have Twitter.
I care about other countries, but I also can't care about
I
too
keep-
much.
Switching between international and US specific because, well, first of all, nothing interesting happens in Canada. And second of all, when I go to the international, I usually don't understand half the headlines.
Yeah,
Welcome to
like
my
what?
world of being a
Yeah.
fucking political scientist.
Right, like it's in Arabic or something most of the time.
Mhm. That's what you call a fun fucking Saturday.
Yeah, try and understand Arabic in my spare time. I'll put it in Google Translate, and it's usually something. You know what it usually is? Sports teams again, but like in Arabic.
People like
Actually, the last time I sat there and saw like this is trending really hardly there, and people are really passionate about it. What the fuck is?
Yeah,
Oh, it's a band.
I'm like, oh yeah, there must be some sort of like revolt going on, or like there's a country being toppled. No, it's like the new cell phone came out. Fucking cell phones. I'll tell you that much.
Also, according to every Canadian I speak, which is a very angry one from Alberta and a very
Yeah.
old one from fucking Ottawa, I don't know. Your country does seem boring as fuck.
Dude, let me tell you a little bit about Canada. We are America without the interest factor. We really just are not like we don't have a ton going on. If you're really interested in like weed, we do have that going on right now. But besides that, not a huge amount. We got some forests. We got some like animals, and that's about it.
Thank God you're forced. Summer.
Yeah, they're good. I like them.
When we talk about tangents, I got a phishing email trying to extort money out of it.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yes, it's the dumbest thing.
Oh,
It
weird.
said, okay, so I told this to Dakota. I divulged this on a forum. I divulged this. Sloan is my name. I changed it to. Okay, I was something else beforehand. So I have an email from beforehand before I changed my. And it's in there. Hi there, blank. This posting will be unexpected for you, and if you do not want to be well known online, I recommend you read it. I'm aware that you admire porno web. At the moment, I own images and video clips where your Jones is in your right hand and you are Tuggets.
Oh no, not your Jones.
Basically, it wants me to send $400 to a Bitcoin, or else it will email, not release, mail photos of my dick to my friends and family, and then release it online. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead.
How will it do that if you don't have any?
Wow.
My favorite thing about this is
What gets me is how far back do they think I sit from my computer to jerk it?
Yeah, I get. You know what? Now that you mention this, a couple weeks ago, I got one of those too, and it was like really weird. I didn't even think anything of it. I was like, yeah, all right, that's fun. But what if what if it was real? What if they really did just Facebook all my family and friends,
What if
and they
the,
just haven't told me?
what if
Oh
the,
no! They see my dick and they know that I masturbate.
Oh no,
Well,
it's 2018. Who doesn't masturbate?
I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, he just does the Facebook.
Yeah, fucking stupid. Thing.
I got one the other day, and it was actually kind of funny. Let me see if I can re-find it. It opens up, "Hello, beloved. I hope my instincts met you well." And
Dearly beloved.
and from there, I was like, all right, I'll read through this. And then it's
All
like,
right, Jerry
there,
must have got a new email. This is interesting.
they're a resident from Montana, Bulgaria. Apparent, like, that's what it says, of course. And I'm like, that seems wrong. I don't think there's a Montana Is there Montana, Bulgaria? I actually didn't check.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a
I'm
Montana,
there.
Bulgaria. It looks pretty as shit, too. Fuck,
Dude, Bulgaria is an awesome country.
Well, there you found your backup. So-
I need to tell this woman who wants me to contact her lawyer with my bank numbers.
Fly me to Montana, Bulgaria, so we can discuss it in person.
Fly me to Bulgaria.
Me play among the old ass buildings
And
and
then
the mountain that I won't be able to traverse.
And then I got one from Rex Tillerson.
Nice.
And it's like, you need to give us your account numbers because the FBI has been like checking on you. And I'm like,
Dakota, I don't know where you get pretty as shit, because this looks like a street shootout's gonna happen anytime in this fucking photograph. For this,
I mean, I just looked at like the pretty trees. Like, there was a pretty tree picture, and I was like, oh, this place looks nice. Like, it's got a fountain, and there's some buildings, and it just looks really pretty.
You know, I found a way to get the FBI off my back today.
Really?
In order, yeah. Because they're probably like, wondering about me at this point. So I decided, I made a meme today, and it required some like anime profile pics. I think you saw it, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, yeah, I sent it to you, yeah. And I was like, well, I want to look up anime profile pic sexual, but I don't want anyone thinking I'm like looking it up for my own pleasure. So I just put, don't worry, it's for a meme at the end. And that's, yeah, and I was like, fine with it. It's just for a meme.
So stereotypically Russian. I don't know why.
That's beautiful. All right. So I suppose we can start talking about things if nobody has any tangents they want to go to.
We're gonna actually talk.
Wait, no, I do have memes. First of all, I was a little bit upset that I said Rome Total War and we went to Rise of Rome, because there's nothing to do with Rome Total War.
I figured, but it's Rome. Yeah. There's Romans.
Yeah. You ever been to Rome?
No, I haven't been anywhere outside of the U.S.
Been to Italy?
Yes, which Italy, Texas.
Like no, not big Italy, little Italy.
Yeah, Italy, Texas.
Is that actually a thing?
No, I've never left. I've left the state twice, and both were before I can remember.
Have a little Italy here.
What?
There is a city called Italy in Texas.
Damn it! I should have kept the lie going.
There's an Ontario, California, and it always confused me because we went to Ontario, and it's like, oh, and they're going to California.
Moving on down.
I'm always get so excited. People are going to come meet me, but no, they're going to California every damn time.
I'm sorry, my friend.
But they are releasing a new DLC for Rome 2.
Okay.
And the game has been out for like 7 years now. Not 7 years, like 4 or 5 years now. and they're releasing a new DLC after not releasing anything for like 3 years. What's the deal with that?
They're releasing
Hey,
DLC for what? Game?
At least they care.
For Rome 2 for Total War. And they're updating the entire game. They're like updating the graphics engine. They're giving it new shaders and everything. And it's like, well, wow! Like I've never thought of a Creative Assembly as one of the ones who goes back in their old games and sort of updates it. But I thought it was really interesting. They took an old game and just completely overhauling the entire thing for free.
I like how at a certain point in the Google Maps Sloan just linked. Sorry to not respond, but like to the thing. But I like how in the Google Maps he just linked. If you turn one way, it's like, oh, nice new apartments, some kind of older ones, but still they're not like falling apart. And then you turn the camera and it's like, oh, a zombie apocalypse happened here about 3 years ago.
Yeah, I got dropped off in Bulgaria once.
You keep turning. There's a like roll of food cards, and there's just one named Marilyn with Marilyn Monroe's pictures on it. And it's like, what the fuck do you sell?
Women.
Oh.
Very small hole to pass women through.
Let's see.
Looks like wine and beauty shit.
And ice cream. And Twinkies. I see Twinkies.
Okay, Coda, sadly enough, whenever you talk about like town you come from, this is slightly what I imagine.
I can send you where I live. I'll do that later off this.
Yeah.
So
Don't
nobody.
do that. Yeah, don't do it on the stream.
Yeah, I'm not about to do that. Is there just? Oh, that's a
Yeah.
dude's abs.
I wouldn't tell anyone on stream that I live on 4 or 5.
What?
6.
If you
what?
4, 5, 6. Come on, keep going.
4, 5, 6,
7, 8,
count
9.
away.
Canada,
Ontario, California.
Canada.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Ass.
Oh, there was on the last store in the food, like on the row of food carts. There's something that it was a poster. I was zooming in and I was like, what is that? It's like a body wash ad, but it looked, I was like, is it his ass? Oh no, it's some ripped dude's abs.
It's abs in his pecs, yeah. The thing that says Pepsi.
Apparently,
If,
Ontario, California has a minor league hockey team, which was perfect.
Well, Ontario, Canada has a major league hockey team, so there. You can't top that.
We got a
America.
Gotcha. Can't beat me.
I win.
I'm from Ontario, Canada.
All right.
Should we go into the
Yeah,
topic?
we should go into topics now.
top.
We've done 25 minutes of not what we're gonna talk about.
That's fine. That's the whole point of a pod. I've never watched a podcast that sticks to the point the whole time.
Well, you haven't
We're gonna
watched any of
break
the best
them.
podcasts, then.
Let's go.
I've got a feeling Bradley would love to have a taser right now, just tase you going into this direction.
Okay, fine. Does everybody remember the show Fairly Odd Parents? Danny Phantom.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
all right. So the creator of that is
the,
Butch.
with the godparents, right? Right?
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. All right. So apparently Butch Hartman is a fucking evil asshole. The creator of
Who the
them.
hell's Butch Hartman?
The creator of Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, like the dude who did all the art and I think wrote most of it or something.
Okay.
And like, holy he started this Kickstarter for this like streaming service where it's like it's meant to bring families together with content similar to what I've created. And then the other day he does a couple of streams and talks about shit and exposes how fucking insane this man is. In like,
you kind of got to be a little insane if you're gonna write Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents.
No. Okay, so Tara Strong is the voice actress for Timmy Turner, but she wasn't the first one. In the first voice actress for the pilot was replaced with her. And in an interview where they're talking to each other, he literally just goes, "You know what happened with her? You had a big part in that because she killed herself." He just tells her to her fucking face. that you're a big part of why this woman killed herself.
Who he tells who what?
Tara Strong.
Tara Reid. Or Tara Strong. Tara Strong, right?
The
Right,
the voice actress for Timmy Turner.
And Raven.
And a lot of people. But like specifically
Yeah,
his related things. And I'm just sitting there watching this like, what the fuck? And then another interview pops up where he quotes horror movie trailers and sex scenes as questionable agendas kids shouldn't be taking in. And apparently says media invented suicide. In the past, kids weren't depressed, they got through it. And I'm just... And apparently he says that his old shows had Jesus in them.
The fuck was Jesus in Fairly Odd Parents?
Yeah!
It's literal magic, which goes against the Bible.
It's literal bullshit.
Mr. Crocker?
Was he Jesus? Was it one big allegory?
He was, yeah.
Was he the Christ figure?
He was actually saying, Our Father.
Well, he was sacrificed a lot, wasn't he?
Rest in peace. And, like, he started a Kickstarter for this thing and never told anyone about how it was going to end up being a super religious thing. And the whole and it gets funded. Everybody's like, yeah, cool. I loved Danny Phantom. I loved fucking Timmy Turner. And just, apparently he's a huge cunt who's a terrible person.
Okay.
And just, it feels like every week something in my life is being ruined, and I don't understand.
What? Danny Phantom isn't ruined. Fairly Odd Parents isn't ruined.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'll sit there is like, you can look back and not have to look at the writers and the people who made this shit to enjoy the shit. But it's one of those things like, if you're looking at the person themselves, the person, they fuck themselves. And yeah, it sucks to see things like, oh, this person I looked up to is now a complete shithole.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
but,
just...
Yeah.
I was like...
I've got a couple thoughts on this.
Because I never knew who the person...
At the beginning of every episode, it was like created by Butch Hartman and fucking...
Yeah.
Well, I never paid attention to...
And I was always like, that guy's awesome.
He's the animator for all of them.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he make Tough Puppy? Was that a show?
Yeah, Tough Puppy,
Fairly Odd Parents, and no, he only made 4.
Oh no, right. 6. It says.
Tough Puppy, Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, and a new one that was like released this last year, which I really paid attention to. I forget what it's called.
Bunsen is a beast.
Yeah, it's the Beast one. I forget.
Fuck is this?
Yeah.
Beast named Bunsen, who is the first beast in his human school, and Mikey Monroe, his human friend, tried to navigate through school life when a girl named Amanda wants Bunsen gone so that he's kind of suffered from extinction. What? What does this have? What is this about?
Jesus, apparently.
I want some pizza.
Order some pizza.
Can you order me some pizza?
I'm ordering me some...
order a pizza for me,
Papa
too.
John, baby.
No, actually, fuck it. After this, I'm
Papa
just...
My high school life, yeah, pretty much.
I've got like mixed feelings about this whole thing, honestly. I watched both the videos that you were talking about right before I jumped in here, and so I watched the video where he talks to Tara Strong, and I watched the clip rather, not the entire thing because I think it's 40 minutes, and then I watched the entire speech he gave about what his program Oaxis is, and the Tara Strong thing. I don't know. That was in January, honestly, and so I don't understand why we're talking about it right now.
I think it just came up along with the thing. It's one of those things where when someone's talked about, people are always they immediately start bringing up the bullshit that they've done semi-recently, which will play.
That's what I figured. I feel like because I thought that was the main thing that we were going to talk about. I didn't realize this whole Oaxis thing.
Well, that was
I read about that too.
It's just a lot of it.
Well, here's my take on it. Right, if he was honest about it, and he was just saying, "Oh, I'm making a Christian network, or like Christian shows and Christian families." They're like, "Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Do your thing."
Yeah, same.
But he put it under the guise of sort of like not telling anyone
Yeah.
that's what it'd be about. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, it's gonna be really religious."
Yeah,
Not, yeah. Kind of strikes me as a bit.
I think
weird.
that's the issue, though. He realizes, especially with the people who grew up with his stuff, like millennials and shit like that, are
Yeah.
very not religious. Even the ones who are like, "Oh, hey, I'm part of the church and everything." They're like, "I'm not big on a lot of this shit that's coming out because it's very pushy or preachy," and so they don't
Yeah.
fund it. And he knows that if he sat there and said this was going to be a Christian-based thing, and even if with his name recognition, people are going to go, no, I'm going to step back over here where it's safe zone. But it's also one of those things of like, why is it every time you find out something's going to be kind of Christian, it goes fucking nuts
Yeah.
lately?
He basically the entire problem I have with it, and I think most people have with it, is it's very indoctrinating. It's for kids, it's for families, and it's to get them interested in like Christ. And I don't like that a lot. It's a problem I have with religion in general, is I don't like kids and young people being brought up to not question it and just be like, "Oh yeah, this is what you believe in." And so I do have a little bit of a problem with that. That's more of a generic thing. That's on the Butch Hartman specific issue.
I mean, we can go into as long as it's tangentially related. Like, that's the whole thing
Dude,
of this.
this is a religion podcast now. So what's your favorite religion?
It's my favorite religion.
Norse. It's pretty fucking metal.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, honestly.
Like the story of Fenrir is, oh my god, metal when you read it.
Really, like, I love religions that are like, when I read about them, I don't like them in practicality, but they're interesting from a historical standpoint.
Yeah.
Intelligent Atheist Podcast.
Yeah, you should call this the Amazing Atheists with an S.
The Amazing
It depends on which
Atheists.
Norse afterlife you go to.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4, right there.
There's at least 2. There is Valhalla, which is for the warriors and stuff. But then there's Hell, where like if you kind of fuck up, you go to, and
So one,
or
right?
Hell's Domain, which,
Yeah.
and it's one of those basically you're just stuck there, suffering, and she steps on you and
You only go to Valhalla
You go to Valhalla if you're a warrior or if you're a
if
female.
you're Asgardian, because the Valkyries take the warriors,
Fuck you, Taylor.
but it's mainly Asgardian.
Yeah, but Norse mythology, Norse religion, pretty cool. I actually knew a couple people who were really, really into it, like believed in it and stuff like that. And like there are a surprising number of people who are really into Norse mythology, Greek mythology, Roman pantheon, stuff like that, who believe in it. Like nowadays, you don't think about that a lot, but it's pretty interesting.
I'd have to say it goes a lot with what you were saying earlier. A lot of people were raised to just, you go to church, you believe this, you believe that, you're told to do this, and it's like eventually you're just like, fuck
Forced
it,
to go
this
to
sounds
Christian
cooler.
Man,
Yeah.
My phone is in silent mode, but it just went off. What the fuck?
You know, everyone hates on our atheism on Reddit, but I'll tell you what: if I wasn't exposed to like things like that on the internet, I wouldn't have thought these kind of things through. So I don't know. You know, maybe it's a bit edgy, but I think people need to be exposed to different ideas at a young age.
I agree.
Not just the one. So that's where I disagree with old Butch man.
I was raised, like I even was forced into a Catholic school, which really sucks. And it really sucks too as an all-guys school during your formative. But it's one of those things. Yeah, it is horrible when you get the doctrine and the fact that it was very, very sneaky, trying to be like, oh yes, it's religion, but he knows that it won't go. And then when he's found out, he sits there and tries to backtrack by going, "Oh no, there's religion in all my things." No, there's
Yeah.
not.
Well,
Danny-
even if there is,
Like,
that's
even if
kinda
there is,
spooky.
it's not
Yeah.
the main point because I was forced to study fucking religion for 12 years, and these were not anywhere to it.
Mhm.
Like maybe he
Well, 'cause-
originally wrote it and the editors changed it.
There's also the fact that, I mean, a lot of the stories are, good guy versus bad guy, and you can make a very, very non-persuasive argument that's, that's based on the Bible or something. So, I mean, you could, from his point of view, see it as this stuff is very Christian, this stuff is very
Sure.
religious.
Or you bend this shit.
Mhm. But, yeah, he's... I don't think it's a very popular move, what he's doing right now. And I mean, it's not that I hate the idea of, like, having your own little network or religion or whatever. It's the what would you call, deception of it that I find really scary. So just, people have been doing that for so many years and it never turns out well.
Just how easy it was is a surprise to me as well. Just
Mm-hmm.
bam.
Yeah. Well,
As-
what part do you mean?
Just it's like, oh, it's preying on people our age who are like, we loved this show, and
Yeah.
we're millennials or whatever
Mhm.
the fuck you want to call us, or at least some of us.
Mm.
I genuinely
They
don't
gotta,
know.
They gotta ruin. They
Gotta-
gotta ruin every.
Millennials
single thing
killed the
I
Danny
love.
Phantom industry.
And it's like we grew up with this shit, and then this motherfucker's like, "Yeah, I'll make more of it. Just give me all this give me all this money you don't have." And people are so
Mhm.
desperate for like something good in their life in this day and age that they're like, "Hell yeah."
Social media is the down.
I feel like social media isn't the downfall. I feel like people are idiots, and social media gives people the ability to be idiots loudly and easily.
So here's the first part of what you mentioned about Chartman, though, was not regarding the religious stuff, but how he treated media and how he said things like, "Oh, well, before there was modern media, there was no suicides," and he said things like, before horror and porn on TV was better. Just media in general was better before we were exposed to more things. So I guess, like, what's your takes on that?
I think that's bullshit.
Well, that's
Yeah,
just basically
psycho.
that's basically him saying the reason that things are bad because time passed.
Right.
Like, of course, things are going to become unsaturated, but people like something. People who want to make money are going to capitalize. They oversaturate.
You know what?
It makes it seem like it's unoriginal. So but that's just from like passage of,
Yeah.
and people were killing themselves way before
Oh, yeah.
fucking any kind of medium ever existed.
In fact, if the Chartman read the Bible, then he would know that there's quite a few times in the Bible that people kill themselves.
He talks about like back in the day. It's like, yeah, back in the day
Yeah.
there were wars where you could go kill yourself in. There were a lot of them.
I mean, that's not why the reason.
I'm just
joined
saying.
them.
I'm just saying there were genuinely some people who would go. They would basically go there to die, and
Yeah.
that happened enough times where there was enough time for the people who wanted to do that, and people who wanted to kill themselves to just do it, but not do it, and it wasn't talked about because nobody talked about it. I mean,
So,
continue. Go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. I don't mean it's your show.
No, go ahead. Go.
All right. I would say the most controversial thing. I actually, in some ways, agree with Butch Hartman on some things he said on media.
Well, that I think even assholes can sometimes make good points.
Yeah.
But I feel
I think when you mentioned about like how we're exposed to more of these things at a young age. We don't really, as a society, know how to deal with it necessarily. Like parents don't always know how to talk to their kids about these things, and so saying that, our kids are exposed to like porn and gore or whatever, because that's not exactly how it's been for a while. So I think society needs to evolve along with the art, and so I don't think he's right that it's objectively bad, but I think he's in a way right saying we're not used to this, and I think his solution is wrong, but he's got a point where art is changing to where younger people and stuff are exposed to more that we aren't necessarily either equipped or understand completely how to use them as like teaching tools. Or do you sort of get what I'm saying?
I kind of get what you're saying, but I need to check
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Butch Hartman is 53. He was born in 65. Yeah. He comes from the generation that started like horror movies. And I don't understand how he... Well, I get it. It's probably due to the Christian background that's suddenly popping up out of nowhere that... Like, he would have been, what, 10, 20... He would have been 20 in 85. Yeah. And I know for... I'm just trying to say, I'm big into old horror movies. So, like, if he's saying this about now, I don't understand, like... Nowadays, horror movies are almost tame compared to back then.
Really? I think it's the other way around. I think horror movies back then are more tame than they are now. If you go to the theater back in the 50s, try it sometime. You don't.
50s.
You don't really see.
50s, yeah, I agree. But But I'm talking from his generation, and the way, as far as at least when I listened to it, I understood it as like my generation and a little bit up. I don't know if that's just the way I was taking it or what. But I'm like, the 80s and like late 70s were prime horror movies. Like that was blaxploitation horror movies are a thing. Like they were a big thing, and horror movies in general were a big thing. And I'm like, how can you say this when you were born in the generation where I feel like it comes from a point of like almost Christ, what's the word here I'm looking for? Superiority, where it's like I'm the Christian boy and I wasn't affected by those horror movies, but the dumb children of today who are turning into atheists and follow the Greco-Roman pantheons are all turning into idiotic beasts. And I feel like that's such a douchey way to say it. Like,
there's a name for that, if I can look it up quickly. Generation superiority.
Like, it's such bullshit. And I hate that this asshole, who I used to look up to, has turned into a huge cunt and is taking advantage of religion, nostalgia, and a generation who barely have money and tricked them into being like, here you go. Mind you, he never... Oh, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
I just want to...
Yeah, finish up your thing.
I just want to clarify. He didn't say any of those things directly. That's just kind of how I take it because of what I'm finding out. He was never like, I'm better than anyone. But it's just the way it feels when someone says it. Says shit like that.
Yeah, I think he made some statements that like his art from his day was like objectively better, and it's just not right. It's not correct. Or like today's art is objectively worse. By the way, it's called generationism, and it's the belief that generations before you are more primitive, and generations after you are like too dumb or ignorant or whatever.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, it's the thing. Can't wait till I become older. I think, these damn kids and their electric pogos jumping on our yard.
Goddamn dinosaur T-Rex hoverboard porn.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? It's the roaring and the screaming and the getting eaten.
I feel like we've dominated the
Pornhub will never
conversation, Rhett.
Well, I didn't mean to. So I hold myself not responsible.
I'm not saying we're responsible. I'm just saying if you guys have anything to say about this,
Yeah, I would
please
love to
feel
get some
free.
reactions.
Oh, just it's one of those things of most of the time people era because he's younger than my parents, but there's a lot of shit I see similar to it. But it's nostalgia, which means things were better when you were younger, and thus you only remember the good things, which is a lot of shit people are chasing nowadays. And it's one of those. It feeds into the generationalism, like, oh, kids today, they have cell phones. They're not connecting like I did with friends. And it's like, what the fuck do you think I'm doing with my phone? I'm messaging half the friends I know. Oh, you spend too much time on your computer. Friends here. And so it leads into that. And every generation thinks generation's a fuck up. Like hell, we're millennials and we think, and we can sit there and be like, yeah, we're hoping Gen Z is doing good. Those fucks.
Those lazy bastards.
Teenage jeebs. But and I've heard so much of your generation's lazy, stupid, boring, dumb, perverse, and I was like, really? You come from the fucking 60s and 70s, the pre-love AIDS epidemic time?
But we didn't agree with that. That was the hippies, and that's where all you kids now come from, because they all fucked, and we had one kid, and we raised him to be a jackass. And... Sorry, that's a little mean, or a little rude to the idea of whatever that
to
was.
non-hippies, yeah. I'm
But,
a non-hippie, I'll have you know. I take great offense to that.
I was raised by a couple of hippies, so...
So why you got bit by a goat?
No, I got bit by a donkey. The goats never bit me. The goats like to climb on my back. Because they could jump. You ever seen a goat jump like 5 feet in the air? It's terrifying.
Dude, goats are amazing jumpers.
It's fucking
Brad's
terrifying.
just full asleep.
Brad went to get pizza.
I'm drinking.
I should have started drinking about the same time. Both me and you went quiet while they were talking.
I don't know. Their conversation took like a direction because I don't even know what they're talking about. So I literally have no opinion.
Religion. Weren't your parents religious, or am I thinking of somebody else we knew, Bradley?
Yeah, my parents were religious.
Didn't they
my
like?
parents were the religious. Like they were really lazy. Where like I had to go to church, but for them it was optional.
Of course. That link doesn't play shit. Then yeah, it got. God damn it, Butch Hartman strikes again.
Yeah. It played for me like 5 seconds ago.
Oh,
See.
well, Lee, it sounds like you got issues.
See,
Oh shit, you're right. It's gone now.
No, rip.
Gone in the last like 5 minutes.
I guess whatever growing up because, like I said, Catholic school, all dudes bullshit thing, and then having to deal with the whole, oh yeah, we have to go to Sundays, we have to go to church every Sunday. You have to dress up with your Sunday best. And then when I'm like 15, 16, I'm like, all right, if you're gonna have me there at fucking 7 a.m. making tacos and shit so you can sell it with your group, can I be in jeans and a t-shirt?
Yeah.
Then find out after I go to college and come back for, oh yeah, we only go whenever your mom has to teach class there.
Wow.
Sorry, what? What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like an edgy scrub, but I just find like church and religion stuff to be kind of like spooky, like for kids especially. So I don't know.
I've only been to church twice, so I don't have any real negative, direct contact with it, because I don't remember the first time I was like 6, and I went, and all I remember is a black pastor yelling really loudly about Jesus, and it scared me.
Yeah. It's like when you think about these people, like don't really have any sort of, I don't want to say like a degree or anything, but it's not like, oh, they're a professor and being a pastor or whatever. They're just kind of up there because they do really well, and all these people take everything they say literally. I don't know. It's just really weird.
I went to a
like
Mormon.
it.
I went to a Mormon church. Like I went there
Oh,
for.
that's the worst one to go to.
I went. Yeah, okay. I went there for
You see,
Thanksgiving.
oh yeah?
I went there for
Did you see Mitt
Thanksgiving.
Romney there?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, nice.
No, I didn't. I. Okay, so I rode the crippled bus to school. There were 3 people, and we became friends with the bus driver because he had all of 5 people to pick up. So we got friends with the sub bus driver because the other bus driver got sick, and he was like, "Hey, you kids want to come to church with us for Thanksgiving? We're having a thing." I'm like, "That sounds fun. I haven't been out in a while. I like people." And also, I was like, I can't say no. This person is someone older than me, and I should say yes because I was in that phase of my life. And it was they had a Sunday school, but it was like teenager Sunday school, and all the teenagers in there were really cool. Most of us talked about video games, and it was awesome. And the teacher dude comes in and is like, "All right, everybody, I know you're all talking about this and that and video games and Call of Duty, and I'll play with you guys later. But now we got to talk about how Jesus is the reason we have all of that stuff." Mm-hmm. And I was immediately like, "Oh."
Like a youth group is what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, basically. They called it like
sermon.
the teenager Sundays. They called it like the youth Sunday school.
I had that too here, and that was the weirdest experience. Like it was just the same thing, but trying to appeal to like teenagers with video games and stuff like that.
And it was weird because like the only bad part about it that I feel like was a little skeevy was like, you should thank Jesus for everything. And I'm like, that's kind of skeevy, dude. I mean, Jesus doesn't buy my shit.
I mean, it kind of teaches you not to think like critically about it. It's like, oh no, it's just Jesus.
My favorite part though was after that and after the food, they dragged everybody into their big auditorium and they were like, "These are our missionaries we're sending to Africa because gays are terrible." And I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Well, they are.
Someone got kicked out of my church
Not
when I
all
was a
gays are
kid.
good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, they were like, all of them are terrible. Stop the gays. There should be no gays. Gays are bad. And I was like, I don't belong here. Great.
Yeah, not a fan of that either. That's one of the reasons I stopped going to my local one is when I was a teenager. Another teenager kicked out for being gay. And I was like, well, this obviously isn't for me.
I've never been religious, and I doubt I ever will be, but I'm not like an atheist. That's which is weird because I'm like I know a lot of atheists, and I'm like I get it, but at the same time like maybe I just didn't have that experience where it's like, yeah, fuck all that shit, like for good, fuck it. I wish I could understand that a bit more.
I'm pretty hardcore atheist myself, and it's not like out of a disrespect to religious people. It's just like I really think that the world could be like a more positive place if people, sort of thought in different ways. Because I think it's a very limiting viewpoint. It just like inherently it kind of limits what you're supposed to think about and what you're supposed to be exposed to.
I can agree with that. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm just I don't actually have like a tenet or a specific thing I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of the after and the before times when the sky goes dark and your eyes grow dim. that kind of shit. It's really weird to explain, but it's just like I stand by all the good shit because it makes sense. It makes sense. Don't be a shitty person. Don't kill people. Don't try to fuck your neighbor's wife. Don't try to steal
What
from
if
you.
she's really hot?
Well, then ask.
It's okay if she's really hot.
If you ask, it's fine as long as they say yes. One of them says yes. I mean, it still kind of make you a shitty person if only one of them says yes, but you know, less shitty than if they both say no. Which is
I don't know if the husband
actually,
says yes and the wife says no. That's just very bad.
that's actually well, maybe that's her thing.
Oh no! Don't. Let's move on.
What if I ask if my husband isn't home? Again, as long as it's a yes, sure. But this got into a weird, like, deep religion thing.
Yeah, where the fuck did this go?
It's all because of Butch Hartman.
Butch! Oh, God. I understand the idea of religion as a crutch, but at the same time, I feel like there's a certain point in your life where you're just like, I got nothing. I might as well kill myself, and you just got to be like, well, maybe it'll get better. I don't know.
It can be used as a way to help you out. That's fine.
But just don't be a dick. Religion is like opinions and assholes. Unless someone asks to see or hear it, don't bring it out.
Oh shit! I didn't know you were supposed to do that.
Okay. Next topic. In the newest saga of no matter how long ago you said something dumb, and even if you apologize for it at the time, you can still be fucked over. We have James Gunn being released from fired from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because he said some real dumb shit. Like,
Isn't he the director?
Yeah, he was
fired.
fired.
He was the director. What did he say again? I forgot.
Let me
should remember things.
Fuck, I forgot to like this tweet that had this shit.
He made a lot of tweets. He made a lot of them were about pedophilia.
Yeah, he made a lot of pedo and rape jokes. But mind you, this was in 2012, like early 2012.
2007, I thought, right?
Was it 2007? Oh, no, his first apology was in 2012.
Yeah, but a lot of his tweets go back to 2007.
Yeah, okay. So he was basically an edgy teenager as an adult.
He made a joke. They make the giving tree, and he have the tree give a kid a blowjob. That's so amazing.
Basically, it's dumb, weird, bad humor. Like the kind of shit you don't say in public. And I don't know.
There are big comedians been on the stage for shit and been gotten away with it just fine.
Yeah, it's dumb, bad internet jokes. In, like, 10 years ago. The guy apologizes for it, like, years ago. And is like, yeah, I said some dumb shit. I said some real dumb shit. I'm sorry about it, genuinely. Like, yeah, Reddit bad jokes, not even 4chan bad jokes. If it was 4chan bad jokes, I'd still kind of get it. But this was, whew. And the guy's like not even pawning it off. He's like, yeah, I was a shithead back then. You want to yell at me about it? Yeah, but I'm not a shithead now.
Here's the main factor in it, though, is Disney.
Yeah, it's Disney.
They are the most uptight about this kind of stuff. They don't want that associated with your brand.
The worst part is, I know that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be shit now. Or at least not shit, but like not as good as it used to be.
You don't know that.
Or the other two. I don't know.
Unpopular opinion, I didn't think the first one was that good. I haven't seen the second one.
First one was better than the second one, I think.
Unless
See, so that doesn't give me confidence because I didn't care for that fucking.
I liked the first one. It wasn't the best, but it was pretty good.
I'm really into like cheesy, jokey shit like that. So
Mm-hmm.
Now, you want to fuck Chris Pratt? Admit it.
who doesn't?
I don't.
That's because you're totally straight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then don't say who doesn't.
What person who would fuck a man wouldn't fuck Chris Pratt? How about that?
There you go. There you go.
That's kind of implied.
Mind your words.
Yeah, like none of them. I've never thought any of the Marvel movies were bad, but like I feel like it won't be as good.
What
I
about
don't know.
Suicide
I
Squad?
didn't think Black Panther was.
I will kill you.
What about female Chris Pratt? I don't like Chris Pratt in general.
Who's feet? Who? Let's see. Chris Pratt is a doofy, jokey, tries to be cool dude. So who's a doofy, jokey, tries to be cool lady? Who's the lady that played Amy Pond? Would she be? Would she?
Oh, yeah. I don't know her.
Would-
She was in
would-
The Office, too, wasn't she?
Be? Would she be female Chris Pratt?
Could be. She has red hair, right? British?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in
Karen
The Office.
Gillian?
as well.
Karen Gillian. I'd say she's the female.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Don't.
Then again, she was in a horror movie. That's actually I only know her from two things. I should really look up other shit she's been in. But I just feel like I don't like the time we're in when shit you said 10 years ago.
Mhm.
Well, that's the joy now of where you do like a lot of people my age are saying that thank God there wasn't around when I was a teenager because how fucked we'd be.
Yeah.
And it's one of those bits of like there is going to be a statute of limitation eventually, and people are going to have to look past it. But it's a lot of companies they're looking in the back and going, if there's anything, especially with like all the recent scandals and shit popping up, let's distance ourselves
Yeah.
in case something happens to be true.
She is in Guardians of. Plays what's her?
The
face?
bald blue
Nebula.
chick.
She plays
She's
Nebula.
Nebula?
You didn't fucking know this?
No.
She shaved her head for the role.
Oh my god.
She's under how much face paint and fucking a bald head? When I know her as a
And
So
it
is
was
Zoe Saldana playing.
and it was preached about everywhere because oh my god, it's Amy Pond, oh my god.
I
Fuck Amy
keep
Pond. Fuck that Doctor Who series.
yeah, Matt Smith was garbage.
Yeah, I don't watch Doctor Who, so I don't.
If you do, skip Matt Smith.
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
It's
it's a
the-
completely different.
I'll never watch it.
And I don't know. Every time I see Gamora, I think it's fucking Sasha Banks from wrestling.
What? No, that's Zoe Saldana.
Fuck you! I bet your favorite's Matt Smith and your second favorite's 10, you bitch. No, I'm kidding.
I thought you were talking about Donna Noble, the other doctor.
No, I love her too, though. She's hilarious.
Yeah.
She's not as famous as I already forgot her name.
I thought she was more famous than the one you're talking about.
Listen, I'm not saying you're not wrong, Lee. I'm just saying. Well, actually, you can't say that. Look at Batista. That's not going to make it. It's a wrestling thing. Christopher Eccleston is a good choice.
The 1950s Cuban dictator. Confused for a second.
No. Yeah, he'd be doing way better in WWE.
Yeah, thank you, Piggy.
You have good taste, Piggy.
And then I kind of stopped.
So, yeah.
I just...
What, I don't. So back to the topic though,
Yeah.
about James Gunn. I have like a lot of mixed feelings about this. I spent a lot of time thinking about this today. Because I don't want to be that guy who, 10, 20 years in the future, someone finds my old my Twitter account from when I was going through my anti-Semitic phase, and then suddenly I'm in a lot of. I've never had an anti-Semitic phase. By the way, that's a joke.
That's why when you start realizing you're going to get, if you ever start sliding towards famous, you go through meticulously in your history and delete everything.
I've deleted all my old accounts from when I was a teenager, and like for good reason.
I wiped my MySpace off the face of the earth. No one will ever find that.
Yeah, that's been gone for years for me.
He was stupid.
It's like, man, I don't know. The thing is, I think that it was still, he was an adult. He wasn't like a teenager back then, and the stuff he said was pretty bad.
Oh, I'm not saying like he has, he has the guise of being a dumb teenager. But like, it's been 10 years. He's made 2 movies.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he's even the same person.
I'm just
think about this from a business perspective, though, right? You're Disney. All this is popping up. You might totally sympathize with the guy and think, "Oh man, I don't want to let him go." But you're Disney. Like, what are you?
But it shouldn't have been popping back up again because it was already dealt with beforehand.
Yeah, and it was also brought up by Mike Cernovich.
I know, that's the worst part.
That's like being. That's like being in jail for statutory rape because you were 19 dating a 17-year-old, and a guy who diddled 300 kids told on you to the cops. That's the fucking only way I can describe that. From the way I know Mike Cernovich about anything I know. Don't diddle kids.
We don't diddle kids. We don't diddle kids.
Hang on.
Don't diddle kids.
Do you actually have a song prep for Don't Diddle Kids?
That's true.
I want you to. I want you to have a song ready for Please Don't Diddle Kids. Damn it, now I gotta figure out how to play my guitar so
Please don't diddle kids. It's really fucked up. I don't know how to play this thing. My fingers are too fat.
I'll come up with something for next time. I'll produce a song for you guys. It'll be a theme song. You can play it every time the podcast.
There's the name of the podcast. Don't Diddle Kids.
Yeah. That's the episode title for this one. Don't Diddle Kids.
Yeah.
Bear in the Big Blue House really changed. It went to that's our goodbye song. Don't diddle kids. Please don't fucking diddle kids. Like, I hate to be that kind of like my terrible joke is something like that would get me in a lot of shit in the future. But like, tell me that that's not true. It's like, it's so fucking annoying. It's like, it's literally when people try to compare. I hate to bring this into this because that's terrible. But it's like when people are like, Trump is literally Hitler. And it's like, no, Trump's a shithead. But he's not Hitler. Not yet. The last couple months have been real.
That requires people agreeing with him and getting done on his side.
Yeah. But like, it's just, you listen to this this dude who 5 seconds of looking at him, you can discredit him immediately and no one would care. Like, it's 2018. People ignore things anyone says because of one thing. I've literally seen people arguing with Nikki. Fucking nonsense. Nicole, a friend of ours. Micro's co-host for one of his... I have the hiccups now. Christ. And, like, people will fucking get into conversations with her, and then the moment she says something that they don't like, they'll just start getting on her ass about one thing from 100 years ago, basically.
A lot of people really don't like her because of, like, for whatever reason about her history, so they'll just switch the turn on her right away.
And it's like, you could easily push... You don't even have to push this under the rug. Just be like, here's this thing from almost 7 years ago. Just, he apologized. Who cares? He's not the same person. Nobody's going to stop watching Guardians of the Galaxy at the 3rd movie because of goddamn James Gunn.
Yeah, that's the thing is nobody's gonna think of it, but it's really just the company. I think no
It's-
one should hold it against him from a personal standpoint because
Yeah.
they were just dumb jokes. They
Yeah.
were bad jokes, but they were just jokes. He wasn't like you look at people who are talking about this on like or the Donald or wherever who are like celebrating this right now, and they're like, oh, he's part of Pizzagate or whatever. Or he's part of like a pedophile ring. Oh, like
Thank
you
you.
know, he made some jokes. That was it. That's the worst he did. They weren't very nice, but I can see. Okay, if I had to draw the line somewhere, being fired from Disney, I agree with it. Being like publicly shamed, I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Did you know NASA had to put out a formal thing saying they do not have a child sex slave ring on Mars?
Really? They don't?
They had to
Oh.
literally put it out there because conspiracy theorists are like, oh, they got this out there. And it's like, motherfucker, if we could go to Mars, do you think I'd be still here?
I was just legitimizing the whole thing by saying that.
It's
I don't know.
legitimizing
I feel like
crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you just empowered an asshole to go Bradley's like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's empowering an
That's my
asshole. And the next time he fucking does this, he'll get a big dick about it. And the next time he does it, it could be something fake.
I was having this conversation with Matt Foley, who I think most of you know, and we were talking about on Twitter briefly. Like he was saying, "Oh, look at all these things that Mike Cernovich did." Like he's made quotes about rape and stuff that were really bad, and I mean I found it really upsetting that people who were like fans of James Gunn could say, "Oh, this is objectively pretty bad," or not so like subjectively pretty bad, and maybe I won't support him. Maybe I will. Like, there's a good diverse group of people based on their opinions of James Gunn right now. I'd say people who are supporting him, people who aren't supporting him, but like they're all kind of, they're fans of his. They're not fans of his anymore. You look at Cernovich. You can't do anything to that. If you wanted to say like, oh yeah, no, look at this tweet about him saying rape is fine. That's not going to do anything to him because like his fans will never turn on him for that. I find that frustrating because he does the exact same thing. It's like much worse than James Gunn did.
It's bad people will never stop supporting a bad person when they do bad
Exactly.
things.
Yeah.
They will only do it when they do something that they think is good. Like, you know what I mean? Like a good, a genuinely good thing. It's fucking awful, and I hate this whole political climate. I genuinely remember back in like 2000 when like
When people knew what a joke was.
people
and didn't
knew
think
it.
that because what they gave as a
Motherfucker,
joke,
people have
they
not known what a
actually
joke
thought-
was for a long time.
They haven't,
Because
but
I
like
remember in the mid-90s, people losing their shit over jokes. It's time and place and certain people when they find out about a joke. The issue is, at times, the joke will meet people where you can tell at a time and place, like, fuck, James Dunn or whatever. Gunn?
God,
Gunn. He's like sitting there saying shit. And it's like, yeah, it was to his fans. And now it's like, he said 10 years later, he's a bigger person. It's like, you probably should start a new account when you start getting famous. Just be fucking safe. But it's like, I remember my dad was in the military too. During Vietnam, he still has contacts. I went on base all the time. And the fact that I saw the chain of command go from joke that's appropriate right there, retold 10 times, and now it's to somebody who's not, and it goes all the way back up.
Yeah.
Anyways, new topic.
the world is dumb.
Yes.
All right,
So bad.
so in the lists of things that are coming back that nobody asked for, we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the Rugrats.
In the same like show?
No,
Vampire
just
Slayer?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
For First off, there's new Rugrats. Who the fuck is making that in Buffy?
There are 2 new Rugrats. There's a new cartoon and a live-action movie with CGI babies. We're going full Smurfs.
Fuck it, I'm out.
Are they going to New York City too? They're
We're,
going to drop in New York City.
we're going full Smurfs here. Like, full on... I pray that they get... I'm trying to stall for time because I forgot Neil Patrick Harris's name for a second. I pray they get Neil Patrick Harris to be in this somehow too. Just please. But yeah, Buffy's coming back, and he's trying to. Like he
Buffy's
said,
not a he, bro.
no. Josh Whedon is trying to bring the show back.
Oh,
He's saying that he'll executive produce it, but he's trying to pitch it, which I don't know how the whole thing works. I swear you're
you can be a
supposed to.
producer and pitch a movie.
Neil Patrick Harris as Dill pick. Dude, I would love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying, someone who should we get this place to?
And it's like, I never asked for this, and I don't know why Josh Whedon still has a career. Didn't he beat his wife?
I don't think so. That's pretty.
No, he cheated on her after being like, you. That's right.
That's a big. Yeah.
That's a huge difference, dude.
Well, he cheated on her after being the kind. He cheated on her, like emotionally abused her. That's what I mean. He emotionally abused her, and like apparently he was also one of those people who's like, you should always listen to a woman, and you should never.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just. I thought you were gone.
Anyone named Whedon?
Yeah, Will Wheaton's a piece of shit too.
We need a new VeggieTales this week, and I agree. I concur. Butch Hartman should make the new VeggieTales.
Well,
There we go. Solved.
See, here's the thing, dear. I hate how people bring up stuff from someone's past to discredit them, when it's not something terrible. Have you there's James Gunn who made some stupid ass like Reddit level jokes, and there's Josh Whedon who I think like constantly told his wife that she was a piece of shit, basically, like a worthless piece of shit, and then while telling everybody, God damn it.
What?
Why'd you have to put that in the chat? No.
Now you're thinking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got you off the fucking topic?
No, I'm not. I know you're not joking, dear. I just want to address that. Because I try to, I genuinely stand by it. There's a point where you can. There's a point to something. In my life, I've never met someone who beats their wife or treats them like shit who becomes a better person. But I've met people who tell terrible...
You've never seen a real-life Hallmark movie or whatever?
Yeah, I've never seen a Lifetime original movie. They don't get better. They find someone to love in the arms of someone at the shelter or something like that. Or somebody, like, joins a group to whisk them away. Shit like that. I love Hallmark original movies. They're terrible. Or Lifetime. The network for women. Fuck you, lady.
Lifetime original Rod. Even with this. I hated Lifetime growing up. Watched novellas, telenovelas, and Lifetime. And it really sucked because she'd come in and she'd be aggressively angry in Spanish, or she'd be watching something, stop me as I'm walking, like with a snack back to go play video games. Are you gay? Where did the fuck this come from, woman?
Like,
no. I don't see you with any girls. You sent me to an all-guys school. What fucking girl am I gonna get?
Yeah, I was pretty shocked when my girlfriend asked me if I was gay one time.
I had the same thing when my boyfriend asked me. Like, are you
I'm
not?
still not 100% convinced it isn't Brad.
Honestly, Brad, you're a great kisser if it is you.
What?
This is going a lot better than what we've been talking about.
Oh,
No,
God.
thank you. What?
Your catfishing scheme.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
If
mean,
it
you're
had-
still in the chat talking about something else, too.
Right.
That's why he stayed focused, because he has to focus on being two people right now.
Yeah.
No, all my focus is in the pizza.
So that too.
But yeah, there's a new Buffy, and it's to get off the. It's gonna be a sequel, from the sounds of it, where it's like all the shit that was happening in the original happened and is starring a new person, but also is the same girl. I don't understand.
When they die, they get.
Yeah, but now it's a black lady.
So, yeah, so it's one of those things like if Buffy did die at the end, or if she's died in the intermittent years, she can be reborn as the new Slayer. That's supposed to be like, I think, the original issue of like why the movie and the show are supposed to take place in the same universe, but they're not the same chicks. It has been ages, and I've gone hit in the head a lot since I last watched these. Why the fuck is anyone remaking Rugrats?
Again, it's that fucking nostalgia money. Everybody in their everybody who ever watched that fucking scene in the Rugrats Go to Paris, where he meets his new mother, it makes you cry, and you think about it, and your wallet just opens up.
Am I that dead inside that I just remember that and just went meh? Chucky's a bitch.
No, I think they're just out of ideas.
That too.
That one I can believe.
That too.
Or it's one of those. A lot of people who grew up with that now have kids, and they want the kids to have that experience.
I don't know.
Nostalgia
Like,
makes
they don't
so
take
much money.
surveys.
You know, there's the Rugrats porn parody.
Please don't.
There's a porn parody for everything.
It's Chucky fucking Angelica.
Of course.
If it exists, there's a parody.
But it's supposed to be like they're adults. That's why they're tattooed and weird.
Okay.
And Tommy just likes to type it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm big on
I
that.
actually have.
It's horrifying as a Pokemon.
I want to watch that
Um,
movie, the Legends of the Hidden Temple movie.
Oh, I thought you were talking
No,
about the
no.
so-
No, Lee brought up Legends of the Hidden Temple, and I'm like, I love that show. I want to see that movie.
They're gonna make Hey Dude before Legend.
Oh, that's weird because it's already out.
Well, remember Hey Dude was originally Canadian, so we have Rhett.
Oh yeah. I mean, shit. They what are they making? They're making the Hey Arnold movie, which will end a series
It's already
that.
made. It's already made.
Did it come out?
Yeah, it came out like a while ago.
Did it? Fuck.
Dude, I don't know what it is about the Hey Arnold theme.
No, they're making another one, not the Jungle movie.
Oh.
I want to die to the Hey Arnold theme.
Or are they making a new, or is the Jungle movie? Wait a minute, what?
I just
Wait,
really
Monster
love the
Hunter
Hey Arnold
World
theme.
came out?
What the fuck?
Talk about things that are shocking. I'm still kind of surprised by the. Oh fuck! What did I send you? The game that's coming out with finally multiplayer. No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah,
finally
No
getting.
Man's Sky multiplayer comes out in like 5 days or some shit.
4 days.
Whatever.
Comes out Tuesday. And I was like, now they decide several years after.
Man, I miss Cat Dog. But hey, at least they're working on it. It was the longest running early access game that actually ended up putting everything they said they put in. Not well, but they put it in.
No, apparently they've been doing a good job of implementing things.
Oh, well then
Yeah,
that's
apparently
great.
the ratings have gone up for a little bit. Like, people have been more, like, lenient towards it recently.
That's
Yeah.
good. Because
Because it's becoming a game.
yeah. Can I rebind middle mouse click yet? Because I really
Just
want
play
that.
the control. So much easier.
But yeah, I'm actually excited for that. Like we're playing that Tuesday, right? Because I'm gonna stream the WoW stuff until you guys get home, and then we're gonna play that.
Not me. I won't have time.
Oh right, fuck. All right, so it's just gonna be you and me, so unless Mr. Justin here has it.
On No Man's Sky, I do not. But you know what I do have is that WoW stuff you were talking about 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so excited for that.
Okay, so here's the official. Here's another thing we're gonna talk about. You two have to play WoW.
Oh my god, everyone has to play WoW.
Why?
Everyone, wow. I played WoW like 13 years.
Play the new WoW. It's better.
No.
It's
I
really
don't- I
good.
don't
The
feel like
Legion,
investing-
even Draenor to an extent, it's been so much
You
better.
don't believe me?
I just don't feel
Look,
like.
I can objectively tell you why Warlord is good.
But Sloan, you should.
I'd
at
rather
least-
play free game. I'd rather play Guild.
Sloan, you should give it a go. It's $15. You can play for a month, and if you don't like it, you don't got to.
And it's, you know what? It's not even $15 anymore.
It is.
Because
No,
you
it's
make-
only
no.
$15.
No. You make enough money in-game gold.
Oh yeah, which you can.
Easy. It's so easy. In a couple
Not
days.
at the beginning.
No, not at the beginning. No, not when you get a new one. So it takes maybe like 2 or 3 months of paying. Past that, you're like golden. Like
Yeah.
if you know how to make money in the game, which is really easy, you basically don't have to pay for a monthly subscription. I don't
Yeah,
pay
but
for monthly subscription anymore.
I don't want to invest that much time every month.
Yeah, but I don't invest. I invest maybe like a couple nights a week, but that's when I'm playing, when having fun and stuff. That's not like, oh, I have to work to get money.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, moving around and playing things, and it's like, oh, by the way, here's like 5,000 gold, and I can put that towards another month of the game. So it's really like, I don't know. I think it's more affordable than it's ever been before.
Yeah, because you literally don't have to buy it anymore.
Yeah.
You just pay a subscription and you get you get it. Like
Mm-hmm.
to try
In
WoW,
fact, if you got a good dealer like me, he'll give you the first month free. Then you're pretty much set.
well, no, to try WoW now, you don't even have to buy the base game. It's $15. You get
Yeah.
access to everything but the newest expansion.
Mm-hmm.
And
When is the new stuff, the new Curse of Blades and the
Tuesday.
Teldrassil Tuesday? Did you want to play that like on
Yeah.
stream or something?
Yeah,
Yeah?
But
Alright,
Tuesday's
man.
also when the new No Man's Skies update.
I can
drops.
do both.
It's a good thing one of those is more important than the other.
I can do
I
both.
know, No Man's Skies.
I can
Oh,
do
no.
both. Shut up.
Oh man. And the new races. Have you seen the orcs?
Are
So
they?
far?
Yes, I actually made an orc just because you can.
They look like you
What
can't
did
see
they
me
do?
right now, but I'm standing up
What and
straight.
how much did they change?
What and how much did they
Sorry?
change? Well,
Explain to me what they've changed.
Since when?
What they've done to make it so amazing as you claim it.
When did you last play?
The last time I actually invested myself into playing the game was Wrath of the Lich King. But
Oh,
the
it's
last-
been
but
so
the
much
last
since
time I
then.
played was probably
was
I don't know,
Was it World?
right when Legion came out.
Oh,
Then I was just like, I can't really do this anymore.
Well, they.
for one thing.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
Ben.
No, you go ahead. You go.
You go first.
You're
and then
better at
I'll-
explaining
okay,
shit. Go.
Somebody.
I am the
fucking
better
tell-
WoW player. So first one thing, they updated the graphics bunch, so it's a lot more pleasing to the eyes, which is one of my favorite things. Like, they've added animations for everything now. Like every spell has its own animation. It's a very pleasant game to look at now. I didn't think it was before. So that's always nice when you're going around and questing
Okay,
and
so
stuff.
they did another graphics overhaul.
Yeah, they did a huge graphics overhaul for Legion.
There's a bunch of new races.
What were you more into, like raiding and stuff, or PvP, or?
No, I was never into PvP. I was always into PvE and game content.
Yeah, I can't say personally because I don't raid, but everyone I've heard says that the raiding has only been getting better. Like, it was getting better in World of Genera, and it said they've done really, really well
Oh yeah.
in Legion. I
Yeah.
don't know personally.
It's the best
So,
it's
but-
been since
Yeah.
Wrath.
Yeah, from what I've heard.
And
They're adding in a bunch of new races too. and so you can play like.
Fuck you, Sloan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have new side races. Like they have the High Mountain Torn, which are the Torn with the moose horns. The
Swoltor's in maintenance mode.
Sorry.
Star Wars: The Old Republic is in maintenance mode.
yeah, it's
Oh,
not
shit.
getting updated.
Oh.
They've kind of just let it go, and it's not probably going to be dead by the end of next year. At least as far as I know. But questing has gotten. The quests have story, and they're actually fun, and it's not the same shit every single time.
Oh, here's a nice thing. So much more is voice acted now.
Yes.
Like, they've got so many voice actors in the game now.
Yes.
And it's brilliant. It's so nice.
I mean, I don't really care because I would never really pay attention to what I'm saying anyway.
What
unless it
you're-
was like an actual cutscene. So
Well, they
Well,
have a lot of cutscenes now.
it genuinely keeps you more engaged. Like you're not just going to
Yeah.
a place, killing 5 things, then you walk back. You go to a
like
place.
I'm not going to a place. Like I don't go to a place just to do like the 6 quests there, just to walk to the next place to do the
No.
6
I
quests
mean-
over there.
Sort of.
Sort of,
Yeah.
but that's just MMO. That's any RPG, really. Like,
Mm.
but
It's
in
a
this,
lot more immersive, I think.
But is it more than just kill 10 of these things?
Yes,
gather
there's
5 of
usually,
those
like,
things?
there's new items you'll use during your quest. There's stuff you'll pick up, which if you're picking up stuff, now it's specific to you. You're not fighting over that crap on the ground with people. You're just fighting over the mobs, which spawn better. It's genuinely more flowy and it feels great. And the once you hit max level, world quests are a thing where every 12 hours, is it? A new batch of quests will pop up on the map.
It's actually, yeah, every 6 hours, new ones pop up, and every like, 24 hours is a new big batch.
Yeah. And, like, you can do those basically infinitely. And you can clear the whole fucking continent. And now there's going to be 3 continents
When does this come out?
next month.
Uh,
I
You
thought there
guys
was
still haven't
there's already
discussed-
3 continents. There's Northrend, Kalimdor.
No.
and-
There are 3 islands with 3 areas each. And actually, some of the old areas are getting world quests, aren't they?
Possibly. I don't know. That'll be really nice. Then you do another revamp of the entire world at some point. Because Cataclysm is so outdated now.
Oh, all the leveling is also scaled, so you can
Yeah.
basically go
Oh, yeah.
anywhere in like the east,
Well,
the 2.
they scaled the areas, so when you go to an area, you scale down.
It scales
Or-
up
or
with you.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. It doesn't
So
scale
like
down, really.
you can now
So
go
all the
literally
areas
any.
scale up to you.
Yeah. So you can now literally
Okay.
go through an area, do all the quests, and come out level whatever if you just want to do every quest there.
Mm-hmm.
So and now
Which
you
is
can.
always a huge problem for me.
Yeah.
Because I love completing everything in the zone.
Yeah. The only, I think the only area that doesn't scale is the first area for every race. And
Right,
that's,
the starter area.
well, not just the starter area, but like you have your little penned in area, and then you have the area with it, like the area around Thunder Bluff. That area is still 1 to 20,
Oh, okay.
or whatever it is. But it still scales up to a certain point, so if you want to stay there, it's not a waste of time. Which I think is really cool if you're into, like, making a fuckload of characters.
Yeah.
Which I am, because I have a
exactly.
lot of characters.
Lee is on the money. Yeah, I don't. There's certain zones that I'm not a huge fan of, like the Barrens. I don't like the Barrens at all.
I like
So I know I just-
Southern
just don't really-
Barons. Northern got shit.
I don't like either of them, honestly.
But yeah, you don't have to
It's
deal
not
with zones
legit.
you don't.
Jerry, the issue with yours, I have not played XCOM, so I don't know.
I think
I
I
know
think
about them.
me and Bradley are the only 2 people that know about both of those things.
Yeah, I'm
I
not familiar
played
with
a little
XCOM
bit.
or Aliens. In fact.
I mean, I have it. I just never had a chance.
Really
Played them.
good game.
I have the older ones.
Oh,
I don't have the new one.
I should stream the new XComs. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Kitty. But yeah, all of BC scales. So like, if you hate going through, like Burning Crusade is now really tolerable because I can just go to
Yeah.
a different area. I don't have to deal with Hellfire Peninsula ever again.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the other nice thing is they changed it so that Outland and Northrend are the same level now.
Oh, so I
Yeah.
can just go to Northrend and be in good places.
Yeah, and Kata
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Pandaria are 80 to 90, or
Yeah.
yeah, 80 to 90.
So depending
It's-
on which you prefer to do,
It's so
which obviously you
great.
prefer to do
It's
Pandaria and
so
Northern.
fucking cool. And I'm leveling a Warlock currently. I might stop because I don't like it. I do not feel like I'm having
A
fun.
Warlock.
Yeah, my
I'll
pet
probably be.
dies.
I'll probably
so
be an
easy.
arms warrior because I like arms.
If you want to give it a go, I'll
Laura from
gladly level
earlier
with
is
you.
talking about being a warrior, so we're gonna have to get her as a Lithuanian warrior. That's a race, right? In Warcraft, Lithuanians.
Yes, they're the new it's Kiltaras, Lithuania.
Okay.
But yeah, the
You
new
know what I've been really into recently?
Huh.
We were talking about video games and stuff earlier. I've been so into paradox games, like those
That's a good
history
one.
games and stuff.
I like those, but I'm really terrible at them.
I know. I keep wanting to play with some people, like anyone who has them. I
Y'all,
really want to try and get people into them.
yeah, y'all need
They're
to
so
just
much fun.
scream at me next time you get a group together, like literally just rah, and just be
Well,
like, "Come play."
We were gonna play this weekend, so I'll scream at you tomorrow.
Tomorrow I already have plans.
Well,
Yeah.
then.
Oh my
fuck
god, you fucking remembered it.
I remembered. I got stuff with you, and then my family's coming over in the morning because I know Krendar won't be up, or at the very least he'll be working, and they're gonna drop off more stuff because they forgot a bunch of stuff to help me do stuff. I'm making a cake. Oh, I'm making a chocolate rainbow cake, and it's gonna be so good.
I'm making
Piece of
barbacoa for a
cake to
picnic.
bake a pretty cake. Do.
But so if you do end up ever wanting to play WoW, I will totally just sit there with you and play it.
Who?
Sloan, you, Rhett.
Yeah, teach me well, please. I don't know how to play.
Teach me how to.
I'll teach you how to play a balance druid. I've been doing it since 2006.
Dude, I'll teach you how to be a paladin. They suck.
Does a bounce druid just use a dodgeball or some shit? What the hell?
It's gonna be my.
I turn into a big chicken.
It's gonna be my arms warrior. Cool.
Are you like the chickens from fucking Zelda at this point?
Corn moose arms warrior.
I turn into an owl bear, a standing owl bear. It's great.
Oh. That reminds me, I still gotta get.
Okay, but yeah, it's about 11. We could probably end. We've talked about Butch Hartman. Let's see. Final thoughts. The new Bumblebee movie. Transformers. Why care? Question. Yay or nay? Care?
I don't even think I'm the next level character.
I haven't watched any of the past 3 Transformers movies, so I really know.
I forgot they're making ones.
Well, sorry. Continue. I don't mean to keep interrupting, by the way.
Thank you, Lee. All I know is that it has John Cena, so I might watch it purely for the memes.
Oh, I love
What
John
is
Cena.
John Cena?
The new Transformers
Bumblebee.
movie, Bumblebee.
Oh,
To be fair, I mean, they're both action figures.
M. Night Shyamalan is making a new movie. It's the sequel to Unbreakable. And,
Like the Kimmy Schmidt?
and it's called
Netflix show?
Glass. Is it Glass? Yes, Glass.
Is it supposed to be about the bad guy?
it's about
I
Mr.
believe
Glass.
so. Here, Twitter, you need to not
The
play
guy
this.
he made Unbreakable, and then he made the one with the multiple personality dude,
Yes, it's a sequel to both of those movies, and it looks so good.
and then there's Mr. Glass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is getting a new season for any anime fans.
Did you guys see the new trailer for Titans? Teen Titans?
Kill me.
It's not real. It's not a real thing.
It's not. It's
We
that's
don't speak
a joke, right? Like the whole thing. That was a fan made edgy ass trailer, right? Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We do
Right.
not talk.
Fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman.
Yeah,
Fuck everything
Batman.
I've ever
Are you
agreed
fucking kidding
with.
me? What is this? Shit?
Jesus
Come on,
fucking
man.
Christ Almighty.
Yeah, wasn't a fan of that.
That looks like garbage in every way.
Yeah, it's just I'm
Venom, though. Venom looks
I
like
made
the
that.
shit.
But what's funny is it's not taking anywhere in the Marvel universe or with Spider-Man in the universe.
For now.
It still has a Spider-Man symbol.
For
They were
now.
like,
It's-
we need
yeah.
another anti-hero like Deadpool.
For now.
Venom.
For now. It
Honestly, there's people who have been coming out of the woodwork saying it's not supposed to be great. Not like the people who have watched it much, but people who have seen the little clips here and there. Say it looks kind of bad. So I don't know. I'm interested in seeing how it turns out.
I'm a Spider-Man fan. I'll like anything, even if it's terrible. I'll at least, enjoy
Yeah,
it.
I like the new guy being Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, the new Spider-Man's amazing.
I have yet to actually see it. I
Get on it.
don't watch a lot of movies right
Yeah, movies are dumb.
Can we get more Wonder Woman movies? Because that might be the only thing that keeps
The
these-
1984 one is being made.
Cool, because I think it might be the
She's
only.
actually being really cool and going visiting sick kids while she's in costume.
Yes,
I don't care about that.
That's gotta be okay. Not to be like a selfish superhero, but I bet they would feel so good doing that.
Yeah,
When
it
dressed up
must.
as Spider-Man or Iron Man.
Okay,
And you're like, hey, I'm Spider-Man.
last topic. Can we talk about how the guy who plays Captain America is just literally Captain America now?
Chris Evans?
Yeah, can
Yeah.
we just talk about how Chris Evans is basically turned into Captain
Yeah.
America?
He likes being Captain America.
I know, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, can we talk about how he went from, like, being someone else, like, as a
Being a
person,
bro.
to literally just being Captain America?
He went from having a banana in his to being Captain America.
Yeah, I love that, and I'm so happy about that. Oh yeah, Aquaman is a movie, and the poster is covered in stock images.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to see that.
All the sharks and, like, dolphins and stuff are stock images.
I'll have to take a look at
Disney is...
that. I will say, Chris Evans. I'm very tempted to make him my celebrity freebie. And I know, like, I have one already of being Chris Martin of Coldplay. But I'm tempted to change it.
All right. Any last words, folks? I'll give you guys some closing statements if you want to say anything specific about anything we've talked about. Before we end,
Closing statements. It was nice to be here.
nice having you.
You could, exactly. I agree with that.
Sloan, anything on your end?
WoW is something I probably will never play unless somebody else plays it.
Reasonable. Bradley.
Yeah, I guess if I had somebody to play it with all the time, I would actually play it probably again, because I used to, when I played it before, I did have a bunch of people to play it with, but like now it's just like you, Dakota, basically. That's so I don't know.
Well, we have people, so.
Sure.
I will introduce you to Jerry's friends. They're all WoW nerds, and then we'll have all the people.
Yeah, but see, I'm not like a WoW nerd myself.
Well, I'm saying you'll have people to play with, so.
Oh,
And
well,
and my final words are
I still don't know how to play this.
don't diddle, kids. Da 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 da.
okay.
Don't diddle, kids.
Don't diddle, kids. Don't diddle,
sing that.
kids. Good night,
Please
everybody.
don't diddle, kids.
Good night.